Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This one is a mid-year reset. So 6 months of the year have gone by, whether you can believe it or not. I'm a bit in shock myself. I've had a very busy beginning of the year, so this mid-year reset is very important to me, and if it's important to you, join me and watch along. So I'm going to be breaking down this mid-year reset into 10 actionable steps that can help you get on track if you've lost your productivity, lost your steam, or lost your motivation for your goal setting that you did back in January. If you've fallen off, no worries, I have a bit too, but there are also some things that I got right, and I'm sure you have as well, and those things deserve to be applauded. So let's reanalyze, reassess, and rejig everything so we can get back into the game. Step number 1 is I want you to reflect on the past 6 months. How well have they gone? How poorly have they gone? I don't love using negative language, but I also want to be realistic. Like, where are you missing the mark? Where have you been soaring? So where I would suggest starting is either go back to the New Year's resolutions you set at the beginning of 2024, or if like me, you made a vision board at the beginning of the year of how you projected or saw your year going or how you would like it to have gone, revisit those items and see where you're at. Are you off base? Are you on track? Have you achieved some of the things on this vision board or achieved some of the New Year's resolutions? Can they be removed and replaced with new mid-year goals? Like, let's keep it fresh. Let's keep it moving. If there's some things that you've ticked off, let's move on and add more, and not so that we're adding much more to your plate, just so that we keep the momentum going of a successful year. So I have this great picture on my vision board of content creation, and I had fallen off with that as well. And I think it's because of me being a perfectionist. I would like to reel that in a little bit. There are so many great sayings in life and on Pinterest and quotables that say things like, just jump and the net will appear, or start before you're ready, or you don't grow in your comfort zone. And I believe all those things. And I am such a perfectionist that I don't want to ever launch anything or post anything unless I feel it's the absolute best that I could do. But I need to understand that financially and technically, skills-wise, I'm not a top content creator yet. I don't do it enough. I need to do it more, fail, learn, grow, and just go through that cycle over and over and over again until I get better. I find myself just watching YouTube how-to videos and never actioning the items or the steps in those videos. It's like I'm knowledge gathering and education gathering, but never actioning anything. And I would like that to change. So I'm gonna kick up my Instagram posting a little bit more, hopefully kick up my YouTube posting a little bit more. And I do have a passion project that is a new goal for my mid-year reset, which is to launch my own website. Again, do I know how to build one? No. Am I going to find someone who does, who can help me? Yes. So we're gonna get there. We're just gonna break it down into actionable steps. And I love the phrase, look at the stair in front of you, not the whole staircase. And that's what I'm trying to do, because if you look at a goal that has 100 steps, it just feels too heavy, too monumental, not feasible. And I feel the heaviness of that load, and maybe you do too. Financially, I am doing better, and that's somewhere that I want to congratulate myself. I'm not doing better in this moment. But I am a certified shopaholic, and I need to stop that. And I have booked 2 meetings and had 2 meetings with a financial advisor at my bank. And let me tell you, they have not been easy. They have been absolutely humiliating, because to look at my finances and to look at my bank statements, it's ugly. It's not cute. And they're giving me ways though to get out of this rut. I'm trying to do more with less. So I've opened a TFSA and an RRSP, and I've got GICs and mutual funds that I'm investing in instead of the immediate gratification that decorating this place would give me. I'm putting that off until maybe I can even get my first home and then actually gut it and renovate it. And delaying what I want now for later is very mature and grown up, and something that I have learned in 2024. So financially, having those appointments is a positive thing. They are steps forward. Being more frugal, step forward. Not impulse shopping, step forward. Like, these are all baby steps that I've taken up those stairs, and I might be on step 6 or 7 instead of just, before the staircase even starts. So I'm proud of myself for that, and I think that you guys should also pick something that you're really proud of that you've achieved in the first half of this year. So step number 2 is expressing gratitude for how far you've come and appreciating what you do have at this point in time, even if you haven't achieved all of your goals. It's more about waking up in the morning and choosing the mood, perspective, and mindset that you're gonna have that day. And if you have a mindset of gratitude and abundance and plenty, and that makes you more able to give to others and fill their baskets, and then they can fill yours in return. I find that being grateful for my new job, I went from an hourly paycheck to paycheck to now a salaried position with healthcare. And that's a huge thing that I'm grateful for that happened on April 22nd of this year. So I'm 2 months in to that goal, and I achieved that getting a new real adult job, and that has happened. So thankful for that. I'm working my way out of debt. I'm grateful for the help I'm getting there. So I have the 5-minute journal, and I have lost it. So for the past few months, I misplaced it. Didn't even know where it was, didn't even miss it because I fell off of doing my gratitude journaling. Finally, I found it under a pile of laundry on top of my washing machine, and I got it out, and now I put it front and center somewhere I will notice, so that makes it easy for me to action that step and action that goal, is to show gratitude in the morning when I fill out what the day is going to look like or what I hope for the day. And then there's that night section as well. So that gratitude journal will be back at the top of my list of priorities, because I feel like showing gratitude, expressing gratitude, and feeling it deeply is so important for manifestation and moving forward. I want to be grateful and blessed and express that for the things that have gone well. So step 3 is about your mindset shift, or your perspective on life and on things and on your day and on how you're going to behave and the mood that you choose. And I did mention this a little bit about gratitude and choosing to be grateful and keeping a gratitude journal and expressing your gratitude to others, to yourself in your journal. But this is more about, every day you can wake up and decide how that day is going to go. External things can happen, negative or positive, but you choose how those affect your mindset. So I am very proud that I've been able to choose to be in a good, happy, grateful, giving mood more days than I have chosen to be negative. So that's a win for 2024. And I'm going to carry that through all the other years of my life and just get stronger at that mindfulness as I go forward. Something I'm working on now, and I am involving my sleep specialist. So sidebar, I have insomnia, so I'm working with a sleep therapist who I just hired. We've had 3 sessions, maybe 4, to kind of sort out my sleep patterns and sleep schedule and get me back to those 8 to 9 hours that I really do need. But I've asked her if we can incorporate discipline into our routine or our practices and our exercises, because there is that saying also that says you're not always going to be motivated, so you have to learn to be disciplined. I am a very undisciplined person. I kind of just do what I want when I want to do it, whatever I feel like moves me, go fly by the seat of my pants. And I can make morning routines and evening routines and lists and checklists till the cows come home, but if I stick to them, that's another story. So my goal that I'm adding to my new mid-year goals is also learning discipline and following through with it. I don't know how to be disciplined. When I learn, I'll do a video about how to be disciplined, but right now I'm very undisciplined, and it's not in my best interest to live that way. So I do want to be not rigid, but more disciplined. So that's something to work on and to add to my mindset of, okay, I'm positive, I'm grateful, I'm happy, but I'm also going to be disciplined. So step 4, we're finally stepping outside of our mental space and we're stepping into our physical space. And we're talking about decluttering and gut cleaning your apartment from the ground up. Like, do the baseboards, do the deep clean, clean out the fridge, clean out the microwave, just do the floors, sweep, then vacuum, then mop them. Like, do them threefold. Just do that deep clean, and it is so good for your mental health and your physical health. Like, dust piles up, it's not great for your sinuses to breathe that in, and you will feel refreshed and want to start planning new things because you have kind of a new space. If you've rejigged it a bit and you've moved, you know, like I restyled my credenza and now I feel like I'm in a fresh space. So I highly recommend doing the deep clean, and so you can just set yourself up for success when you just have to maintain kind of surface level things, because you know the deep down inside the closets and reorganizing the messy linen closet and all of that has been done. And speaking of cleaning your place being good for your mental health, how is your mental health? Have you checked in mid-year for that? Like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How is your self-care doing? Because come mid-year reset, we should be eliminating toxicity, getting rid of negative people, negative things, negative thoughts, negative ideas. For me, the negative cycle that was going on was related to my sleep. I was revenge sleep procrastinating because I didn't have enough time during the day to decompress or take for myself. So instead of going to sleep at 10 or 11, I would stay up till 1, just doing nothing, zoning out, YouTubing, TikToking, doom scrolling, basically, to get that decompression time that I felt like was me winding down before I went to bed. It's just not healthy. It was not a good way for me to decompress. So instead of revenge sleep procrastinating, I'm going to look at ways in the next half of the year to have healthy decompression time, whether that's reading, going on evening walks, because I normally do my walks first thing in the morning. Maybe I can add one in the evening or switch it to the evening if I need to. And yeah, we're just gonna decompress in a healthy way. So step 5 involves creating new routines. And I don't just mean creating a 5 a.m. morning routine or an evening routine where you do 72 steps of skincare. It's not about that. It's about making small changes or big drastic changes, whatever you're ready for, so that you can take what isn't working and replace it with what is. For example, I am a morning person. I am a 5 a.m. club card-carrying member of the 5 a.m. club. I love the morning. It's my favorite time of day. 5 to 9 is my time before work starts. And that's when I would go on my long walks and I would get my Starbucks. Something that will have to change and has been changing as I've been seeing my sleep specialist is that I have been missing out on so much sleep that I now have to sleep in past 5 to catch up on sleep that I've been missing. And we're skewing my sleep pattern so that I do use that morning time to get some sleep so that I am better and well throughout the day and more productive when I need to be, like 2 to 5, when normally I hit a wall. So your routines might not look like what you thought, or you might have to change things that you like for now to accommodate yourself to get better for later. It's also about setting good habits and breaking bad habits. Like, I have chosen to break my spending habit, my bad habit of shopaholicness. And that's the one I'm focusing on, not the caffeine addiction right now. That one is a lower priority. So we don't want to take on too much. So I am working on my money habits, my financial wellness, my relationship with money, and having it not be so negative or anxiety inducing. And that routine involves me not going to the mall all the time. That is literally 2 seconds from my house, because then you're tempted. You see things and you're tempted. So taking away the temptation affects my routine. My routine change and my good habit that I'm implementing is to go and walk on the NCC trail in nature, where I'm not gonna see the latest from Lululemon or Aritzia and want it, you know? So that's a habit change that I've worked on that is affecting me for the better. For you, it might be to stop procrastinating, and that's a great habit to stop. How are you gonna do that? I'm interested to know. Drop a comment below. So item number 6 is have a personal development plan. So I mentioned that I always feel like I need to be productive, and that's negative because I feel on all the time, like I always have to be performing, like I always have to be accomplishing something, contributing to my education, my knowledge, my work for some way. and I don't know how to relax. So that's not what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about a personal development plan, it can be read one book a month on productivity. It can be a today I accomplished list. And this is something I really want to mention to you guys because it's so great. We all write to-do lists, and then say you have 10 and you only do 3 of them that day. So you cross off or highlight those 3 things, and then you feel a little bit gutted because there are 7 things left over that either carry over to the next day or you just feel like, oh, I didn't do enough. So I've stopped making to-do lists and instead making today I accomplished lists, where I write down only the things that I accomplished, no matter how big or small. I made the bed. I made myself a morning smoothie instead of buying Starbucks. I went on a morning walk. I did this positive thing that has a positive impact on my routine, life, habits, all of that. And then by the end of the day, you can have 30 to 40 things that you did do, and you're like, look at how much I achieved. And it feels fantastic. I highly recommend switching from to-do to today I accomplished. So as I mentioned with my poor sleep habits and my financial troubles, item number 7 is prioritizing problem areas in your life and picking those out and putting them at the higher range of your list in terms of priorities and goals for the second half of the year. For example, I haven't gotten my driver's license yet. That was my one big New Year's resolution. So I am now going to take the Department of Motor Vehicles handbook. I'm going to study that, and hopefully by the end of August, I will have the disposable income to pay for the test. I will go there, write the freaking test. If I fail it, I will write it again and write it again until I have that card that identifies me as a G1 driver. So that now is more important to me than, say, reading one productivity book a month. I'm going to read the driver's handbook before I read a productivity handbook. The impulse spending, that needs to stop. And while I'm currently working on that habit, the steps that I've taken to achieve that goal are to go to my bank and set up automatic deposits from my paycheck that go straight into my investment account, so I don't see it, I can't touch it, it's not there in my account for me to spend it. It's actually being invested to work for me instead of against me by hanging in my closet as something I can wear. Item number 8 is to self-isolate, because I am telling you guys my plans because I want us to be a community who achieves them together, but I'm not telling my family or my friends or my coworkers my plans. I'm going ghost mode, self-isolating, working on these things in silence, by myself, for myself, and letting my actions speak, not my words. So I'm not going to tell someone, hey, I'm planning on writing a book. I'm not, but that's an example. And then they'll continuously ask you, how's your book going? What are you writing about? And you might feel triggered if you haven't stayed on track with that goal. I would keep silent about it, work away silently, and then when you're done your book, say, hey, I wrote a book. That's when you announce it, because then no one can affect how you're feeling about that project. Also, when you tell people about your plans, you get a lot of unhelpful, unsolicited advice. So I don't really want people weighing in on my weight loss journey. Some people are for this helpful weight loss drug to help people who are pre-diabetic, like myself, Saxenda or Wegovy. A lot of people are against it or think that people are abusing these drugs just to lose weight for vanity's sake. And that's not my situation, but I'm sure it's other people's situations. And is that a reason to judge them? I don't know. So I've been very open online about my use of these drugs, and most of the feedback has been amazing, or people trying these drugs themselves or afraid to go on them or considering them and not sure what to do. So I'm glad that I'm helping my community with those things, but I'm sure half my family is divided in if I should be on it, if I shouldn't be. And I don't need them to tell me, because my GP and my doctor, my endocrinologist, will tell me if I need to be on them. And those opinions I value because they're medically based. So if you want to progress, just have it show at the end of the year everything that you've accomplished that year, and you'll come out of it a better, stronger person with more to show, more accomplished, better habits, and people will notice that you're shining a little bit more. Okay, we're getting to the home stretch. Item number 9 is about executing your goals. It's all well and good to make lists, to make videos, to make plans, but you have to actually action them. This is where it gets a little more tricky because this is where you have to be really disciplined when you're not always motivated. So find a system that works for you, whether it's Atomic Habits by James Clear, who has systems, and I really don't know. I got very shortly into that book and found it so incredibly boring. So I'm really grateful for all of the content creators who have read that book for me and can break it down, because I just can't do it. But right now I am reading Badass Habits by Jen Sincero. I read her original You Are a Badass book and flew through it and really liked her style. So I know that I'm going to like this book and find it useful. So this is a system that might work for me in terms of her ideas about habits. And she says it's a 21-day guide to making habits stick. And 21 days is how long it takes to set a new habit and for it to stick. So I'm sure she did that on purpose. Okay, so we're finally at the end, and item number 10 is that I just want you to enjoy the process. Make it fun, make fun playlists for yourself to put on while you're cleaning or doing things that you don't actually want to do, because if it's not fun, we're more likely to put it off and not do it. So make a new vision board. This is my new one I completely took all the pictures, I have them down here, right on the floor. All these pictures I took off and said, you know, this is not me 6 months down the road. Like, I have changed since December 31st, 2023. And now this is me. This is the new me. This is the new mood board for the website I want to start. And it inspires me to come out of my bedroom and see that every morning on my beautiful credenza that I'm happy that is styled like this. So it inspires me, it motivates me. It was fun making it. All you do is just download images from Pinterest to your phone, go to Walmart and print them off. It's like 60 cents a picture. Just dropped a picture. And then you cut them up and you can use words or lyrics or anything that you like and put them on your vision board, and it helps you to visualize and have fun with the process. It's like scrapbooking. I love it. So yeah, make it fun. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found some or all of these steps helpful, that you look forward to how you're going to achieve the next 6 months of your year goals. And I want to hear down in the comments what those goals are. What do they look like? What has changed for you in the past 6 months to the next 6 months? What was the turning point? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.